If your Dodge Dakota is this body style and your interior door panel looks like this one, year model makes no difference. First thing we want to pop off is this right here. You just get it from the back. I can pop it up like that, so I assume you could too. We can take these connectors off. You just squeeze them, pull them out. Same here. Squeeze them, pull them out. No problem. There are a few screws we need to take out right here. It's a Phillips head. There's one. There's one behind this cover. I'll get right back to that in a minute. There is this right here, this one. There are two on the bottom. There is one right here and one over here on the bottom of the door panel. And we need to get all those out. What I was telling you about this right here, you got to pop this little cover off. And I can't get it with my nasty little fingernail. Let me get something. I'll show you how to pop that off real quick. I've just got a little flat screwdriver here. You don't want to scratch things, but it's difficult to do. There it goes. That's all it takes, not much. It's difficult to do on camera with one hand, but there you go. That's off, and there is a Phillips screw under there. So now I'm going to take all those screws out real quick, guys. If you're a worrywart, keep track of where all the screws goes, but it's pretty self-explanatory on that deal. The next step we need to do is lift this door panel straight up and pull it out a little bit, and then unhook these rods behind here to the lock and the door handle. And because I think so much of you people, I'm going to raise it up and get you a backside view on how I unhook the rods, and then we'll take the panel off. So normally you just lift it up, reach your hand behind here, and unhook the rods. Let me show those to you now. Alright guys, we're going to lift this door panel up like that, and as you can see, here's the rod. So all you have to do is push them out like this. That's tight. But you push it out like that, and then you slide it on out, and now your rod, you see that? Now your rod can come up, and that's free. Same here with your lock rod. All you do is push this over, and they can be a little tough. And then, see, now you can lift this straight up, and your door panel's free. But we need to go behind here and make sure there's no light wires and stuff attached. Which there is not. So now, the door panel come off. It's free to go. See, guys? It's free to go. That way I don't have to get the view of the other side. Next thing we need to do is get this plastic off. And this wire connector right here has to come off. All you have to do is squeeze it. You'll see where you squeeze it right there. It's really easy. And pop it off. That'll allow your plastic to come off up here. For demonstration purposes, I'm going to take the speaker out, but I don't think it's necessary. You could probably just take the plastic and lay it down here, but it'll give us a cleaner area of working and showing the video. Again, you just squeeze the connector. They're really easy on this truck. Some are hard, this one's really easy. So you just rip this off. Next step we need to take is unhook this connector right here, which goes to your window motor. So this is easy enough. This little red piece, you can see it's got two little tiny holes there. Just push it up. So now your connector is able to get free. So all you have to do from there is squeeze this together, and you have to pull this side because this one's attached to the truck. With this connector unhooked, now's a perfect time to confirm that we have a bad motor. Obviously, we can hear this one, the regulator is bad, so we need to test it. Test the circuitry to the motor. And what you want to do is stick a test light like this from one side to the other in there. You may have to use a little pin, small pins to stick in there so that you can hook your test light to it. In my case, I know the regulator is bad. I got a new motor with it. I just cut it off, put the ends on to save time. I'm now going to reconnect the window switch, hook the test light up to both sides. Don't let it touch the metal, or each other for that matter. Now I'll hit the button with the key on. Go turn your key on now, not before. Here's up, here's down. This light takes the place of your motor and shows that it's getting current to it, and it should be working. If you don't have a light when you go up and down, you either have a problem with your switches or a wiring problem or something other than the window motor. While we're here, you will raise the window up and line the bolts right here. Line this bolt through this hole, this one here, that goes to the, attaches the regulator to the window, and we'll take these two bolts out. So if you get to this point and you can't move the window up and down to get these bolts out, the easiest thing to do is see this cable right here, make sure you get the right one, and just cut it. And that will allow it, see, it's broke there. But anyways, that will allow this, that'll free this up to go up and down usually. And you'll be able to get to these bolts. That's probably the easiest way. You can undo this motor and undo the rest of it all and all that kind of stuff to get the window to move, but probably just cut this off. I think the motor and regulator are sold together anyway, so you probably have to get them both. On to the next step. We need to take these two bolts out here. They go to the regulator. Actually, you could just loosen this one and take this one out. And on the bottom, go straight down. Loosen this one and take this one out. Here's the motor bolts. There's 3 of them. Loosen these two. Anytime they get a hole like that, just loosen them and take that one out. So everything will still hang there. And after you get all those bolts loosened and took out, and then we'll take the regulator and motor out. And I did forget to mention, after I took the 2 bolts out that hold the window to the regulator, I raised it up and taped it in place so it wouldn't be in the way while I worked on the rest of the stuff. So now let's take this mess out. Just watch carefully. I will slide this over to the big holes. That is right there. I will pick this motor up, just like that. Come on out here, motor. Come on out here, broken junk. And there she is, that's all that's to it. At this point, while the window's still up, it's a good idea to use this silicone lubricant on these door channels right here on both sides. I've showed this on previous videos. It helps the windows to glide up and down easier, and the motors will last longer, regulators will last longer. It's just easier on the window to slip up and down. While you're in here, check the bottom of your door. Make sure there's nothing in there, trash or whatever. You want to make sure your drain holes are clear so it doesn't rust the bottom of your door. And in my case, I have found a few pieces of window regulator. Now simply prepare your new unit by putting in old bolts where the other ones were, or in this case, it's got new ones on the motor. Just make it the same as the other one was. Now we'll slip this back in. It does make it easier with a speaker out because I can reach my hand up in there. Isn't that nice, guys? It just hangs there and allows you to put the rest of the bolts in, and then we'll tighten it up. I prefer to tighten stuff up like this just by hand so I don't strip stuff out. Now's a good time to feed your connector through for your motor. Make sure your wires in back here, you got to feel around, make sure they're not in the way of the window going up or down or anything like that. We have to line this regulator up with these holes again so we can lower the window down and put the bolts back in it. And the way to do that is reattach the switch, turn the key on, and raise it or lower it, whatever it takes to make it line up. I will now gingerly lower the window down onto where it belongs on the track. Oh! Nice and easy. You should note that these bolts are different than the other ones. Now that we're at this point, go ahead and give her a test run if you'd like. I think I will. I almost forgot, guys, your little clip right here. I would like to thank everybody for entering the domain of the one and only Kentucky Yankee. That's me. If you like this video, hit the like button, leave a comment below. For my subscribers, I'm sorry to bore you with this how-to, but I had to fix my truck. If you're not a subscriber, check out my videos. If you're into mechanical things, stuff like that, that's mostly what they're about. Guys, we'll see you next time.